Hello and welcome on 100 on 100 in Eco platform. This is Professor Gauri Khare conducting preparation for prelims series for standard 10th and 12th ICSE and ISC. This is session 2 of supply chapter. Before we get started, do subscribe, share, like my channel and videos. If you have any doubts and queries, you can write to me an email which is given in the description box. And coming to the two questions that I asked you in the last class, diagrammatically show the effect of fall in the price of leather shoes on the supply of leather shoes. Okay, supply of leather shoes is getting affected due to price of the leather shoes. So it is the movement along the supply curve. So we have price being plotted along the y-axis, quantity supplied being shown on the x-axis. Supply curve is upward sloping from left to right. Now we have to show one initial price and one initial quantity. P is the initial price, Q is the initial quantity. When the price falls, this is my initial price and this is my initial quantity. I'll show price at a lower level. That will be P1. And I connect to the supply curve and I name it as P1Q1. Where it touched the supply curve initially, here and then here, I'm making a dot and showing it as a point A and point B. Okay, so you can see that as the price has fallen, we move from point A to point B along the supply curve, which is a downward movement. Getting it? So we call it as a contraction of supply, which is a downward movement due to fall in price of the commodity. So the answer is there is a contraction of supply which is shown by A to B. All right. Now coming to the second question that I had asked you, what will be the effect on the supply of dairy products if the producer receives subsidy? If the producer receives subsidy, the cost of production will fall and the supply will rise. This is shown by a rightward shift of the supply curve like this. Do not forget to draw upward sloping curve, otherwise you will end up drawing demand curve. Be very careful what you're drawing. Price P, quantity demanded Q. So I name it as SS and then S1, S1. And then you show the two quantities by dropping down on the x-axis. This is the way you show it. At this price, the quantity supplied has increased, so we can show increase increase in supply. All right, there we are. And then you're bound to get one question either on movement along the demand curve and shift of demand curve, or movement along the supply curve and shift of supply curve, or increase in demand or against decrease in demand, or expansion or contraction of demand, or increase or decrease in supply, or expansion or contraction of supply, or increase and extension of demand, or decrease and contraction of demand, or increase and extension of supply, or decrease and contraction of supply, or increase and contraction of supply and decrease and expansion of demand. I've told you all variations. Please get started by writing all the differentiation for 5 marks, 3 marks, 4 marks. All the best.